Good morning, Atlanta Scalar peeps. There are lots of weird things about me that you guys don't know about, so let me share some of them. First of all, I had a cardiac arrest when I was 6 weeks old, actually 6 months old. My parents accidentally overdosed me on nose drops, and so that has affected my working memory and how I read. It's very hard for me to track, across the line. So I had to work a lot harder than most people in medical school and in my residency, but I graduated at the top of my class and made Alpha Omega Alpha Medical Honor Society. All right, so also I was almost killed by a serial killer in Galveston. Somebody approached me on the creepy person approached me on the beach, and it's a funny story actually. And I found out 2 years afterwards that he's the Killing Fields serial killer. When he was about to strangle me, he looked at me and asked me what I did. And I said, "Oh, I'm a physician and a black belt karate instructor," which I'm not. But anyway, it worked. He went away. My parents were both physicians. They were extremely abusive, physically and emotionally. But we got really valuable lessons out of that, despite the broken bones. I had idiopathic thrombocytopenia purpura, say that 15 times real fast, and my father, a surgeon, actually was the one who removed my spleen. On my mother's side, we have Cherokee blood, and we also have our Uncle Red, who was the temporary head of the CIA. He was a rear admiral in the Navy, and he was in charge of the Polaris project, so he's a pretty big deal. On my dad's side, Charlemagne rewarded my family with a barony, basically, because my family was one of the 12 gentlemen barons who drove back the Moors. So I am actually considered a baroness who shops at Target. Also, we have a lot of interesting medical people. For example, my great uncle Ignacio Baraquer and Jose Baraquer both are considered the fathers of ophthalmology, inventing cataract extractions, corneal transplants, etc. And Luis Baraquer Roviralta is actually also famous as the father of Spanish neurology. He started clinical neurology in Spain. My abuelita was the pianist for the National Theater of Spain, and she was partial albino because there was some, cousin marrying cousin kind of action going on there. Also, Vidal Baraquer was my, I don't know how he was related, but I think he was a great uncle. He was one of the cardinals of Spain. Who did I marry? I married my husband, Runa Medhus, who was my flight instructor, made $400 a month, had high water jeans, and it was... I married a very poor guy, and it was love at first sight, though. We got married 6 months later and had 5 children. And motherhood is my favorite occupation. I've been a physician for over 30 years and loved it. My patients were and are like a second family to me. I was putting a central line in a drug addict in the ER as a resident, and he woke up and stabbed me with the needle, and I developed hepatitis C, which I was treated for, and is now gone. I am well known by my children, especially my daughters, that I don't do mani-pedis. I hate shopping. I love just wearing flip-flops and shorts. All right. I had a serious horseback riding accident, even though I was wearing a helmet. I fell off a cliff while galloping up it, and then the horse tumbled down on top of me. So I had a bunch of broken ribs and not a broken skull. I had a cratered helmet, basically. Anyway, also, Eric's death was something that really set me on a journey to help others, because I heal best, and that's another thing people don't know about me, by helping others. Also, a relative with 2 types of terminal cancer set me on the path to Atlanta Scalar to do scalar healings, and he's still alive now, believe it or not. I worked on him. I almost died in the tundra a few years back in Norway, where we have a little cabin. We're going to go there pretty soon because we have to mow the roof, believe it or not. So yeah, I got lost in the fog, and 17, 18 hours later, they finally found me, the Red Cross, and my core body temperature was 84, which was really low. It's like 1 to 2 hours, short of death, according to the survivalist doctor who treated me in the hospital. And that's all I can think of now. But there's all sorts of other things. Just thought you would like to know me better. Thanks for listening.